Well, hopefully he'll be at the final.
I shot it.
Wait, what are you saying? It's crooked?
I'm going to see JFK. I think I'm turning around. I'm keep this here. I haven't done yet.
That was a good shot. Yeah, 12% gets dark. That one though is.
Yeah, you got to work out in this morning, huh? I did. I saw you get tape out. You worked out before me. Yeah. I got over in there. I got in early.
Mark's doing a great
What's up, Ellie?
Yeah. So the colors, if you say color correct to him, you might think that's going to make it warmer or whatever. I'm thinking balance the one.
I knew you had some affiliation.
No matter what, I was so
Yeah, man.
But when he watches it, he should go, oh, it got dark. Like that's distracted already. So yeah, they look really nice. That's like doing the audience. It's not like just talking in, you know, like it's balance. That's a really small room. I'm glad we moved it over so
You're fine. Yeah. Real intimate. Able to get to the fighters and all that. It's good for fans. Be a boxing fan.
Oh, really? We don't want those. Follow me.
I'll tell you what. Based on what I saw, and me, it's fun.
Mind if I slide through?
Look at that list. Roman, Granados, Tuna, and
Rain's outside.
I wanted to be random.
Doesn't matter.
let's go take a look after.
He's outside on the phone.
All right, cool. Thanks. No more drinking and racing. No more drinking and racing. We gotta remember, I want to do this video on Oh, yeah. Black frame, black thing. Well, no, we Oh, yeah, why not? Yeah, that's down. We're not setting. This is going to be most spicy.
Yeah.
We don't go the outside, so I don't know if we need the lights like set up. Oh, okay. If not, I
Real quick, man. Yeah,
¿Qué pasó, campeón?
He has a guy specifically that he like wants to be his guy. So he has a guy with him.
What are these mics on the side? People, like my problem is, are people going to walk up there and stand facing that?
I don't know. I think one of them will be for the transit. To be honest with you, and I think one of them will be for me. So,
All right, thank you.
so no problem.
Oh, these are no, they have each guy has some. I think it might be a jurisdictional kind of thing. Fighters have more comfortable with guys that they have. You know what? I really like to go through
I don't know. That's
I can go set a post.
I'll give you guys a better shot once the press conference starts. I'll give you guys a better shot once the press conference starts. I'll give you guys a better shot once the press conference starts.
Oh no, I'm here. Yeah, make my life eat out in the car.
Get that? You win in that fight, you can't go
Oh, when I did the interview?
Yeah, and that's covered. I can see that. I can see that.
I don't know why you.
Sorry.
Like where you been?
Check that out.
That's true. I watch a lot of your stuff. I knew I was trying to explain it. Once they sign it next fight, we'll be able to explain it. Oh yeah, he said it was right. I was on favorite auto. He said favorite auto is like Ocampo. Like
Yeah, I know. I got here earlier. I said
everyone has a role.
Talking about that video game, but
when he was way past you, you caught him, grabbed his shorts. Hey, Cuss, we got a big old field out there we can live in.
I'll say anything I want to go. Oh, I am. Yeah. I'm about to do this one. He's the best version of Joshua. He's the best version of Joshua. And he's softball. And he's softball. That's what I'm saying. He's the best version. And nobody talks about like this super under here. Yeah, dude, like Wilder had a beat.
But what did everybody think about Charles Martin before that fight? Everybody see
He came out of the heavyweight.
I didn't know you had to say
Are you guys ready? Hey, you guys need
I'm always like.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is great to be back here in North Texas, here at the Ford Center at Star here in Frisco, Texas, as we get closer to Saturday night Showtime Championship Boxing, a triple header all brought to you by TGB Promotions in association with Man Down Promotions and sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and Casa Noble Tequila, and presented by Premier Boxing Champions. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here in North Texas as we have the first title defense by a Dallas native happening here in Dallas in nearly 50 years. Also, when it comes to events in sports, there are no bigger events than the Super Bowl or in big prize fights. And we have the Dallas Cowboys, the 5-time Super Bowl champion, and we also have the champion from right here in Dallas, and Errol Spence Jr., who is putting his title on the line, making his second defense of his IBF welterweight crown. Tickets are going quickly. You can go ahead and purchase them at SeatGeek.com. Again, SeatGeek.com. We will have a sellout on Saturday night here at Ford Center at the Star in Frisco. It's very excited to be working with the Jones family. They've been amazing. And I want to bring up the lead promoter from TGB Promotions. She's the vice president. She works very hard and does an amazing job day in, day out. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Brittany Goosen Brown.
me he. I'll move on. We are very excited to be bringing the first boxing event inside Ford Center at the Star. Dallas is a great fight town, and who better to headline the first title fight here in over 50 years than hometown fave Errol Spence Jr.
Yeah.
It has truly been a pleasure to work with the entire Cowboys organization, and we hope that this is just the beginning of bringing fights here. Thank you, obviously, to Showtime, the media, and everyone involved in Saturday night's fight. We'll see you there.
Thank you very much, Brittany. Well, it's no secret that when it comes to televising boxing, the worldwide leader is Showtime Championship Boxing. They've done an amazing job over these past few years, and it's all spearheaded by the president of Showtime Sports, this gentleman who I'm getting ready to announce. But they have done Errol Spence's last 2 fights. They went over to England last year and saw him rip the title away from Cal Brook. They did his first title defense to begin Showtime Championship Boxing January 20th against Lamont Peterson. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Steven Espinoza.
Thanks, Frank. We're thrilled to be here as well, here at the Star for the first boxing event at Ford Center. You know, all year, week after week, month after month, Showtime Sports has been delivering the best fighters, the biggest fights, the most meaningful fights. And Saturday will be our 11th Showtime Championship Boxing of the year. More than 15 world title fights just in the first 6 months of the year. And that includes 2 on Saturday. More importantly, we're doing more boxing and more high quality boxing than any other network by far. And Saturday is certainly no exception, certainly in terms of quality. Headlined by Errol Spence Jr., one of the top 5 consensus pound-for-pound fighters in the sport. He has knocked out 10 straight fighters, 10 consecutive stoppages. It was 2014 when an opponent last went the distance with him. To put it in context, you know, Errol is sort of our Dak Prescott. He's a young star. He's a fan favorite. We expect him to be one of the faces of the sport for years to come. And that is not to omit Carlos Ocampo. If you know anything about the tradition of Mexican fighters, you will know that Carlos Ocampo is someone who cannot be overlooked and is coming to win. Supporting this great main event are the 2 high-quality, really entertaining fights. Daniel Roman, Moises Flores, 122-pound world title fight. That will be all action. And then opening up a very meaningful fight, Javier Fortuna, Adrian Granados. This is one that I promise will be very entertaining. So make sure you're in your seats for this one. Adrian Granados is one of those fighters whose record doesn't reflect the skill level that he has. He has 6 losses that could easily be, you know, undefeated, to be quite honest. We don't play favorites with fighters, but personally, I love watching Adrian fight. He's incredibly entertaining as a fighter. And in Javier Fortuna, you've got someone who is an action fighter as well. So that one might just steal the show. Showtime telecast starts at 8 p.m. local. That's 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. We're looking forward to it, and we'll see you Saturday night.
Thank
you. Once again, Mr. Steven Espinoza, the president of Showtime Sports. A couple of housekeeping notes when it comes to the fight fans that will be coming out to the Ford Center at the Star at Frisco. The doors open up at 5 o'clock on Saturday, first bout inside the ring at 6 o'clock. And then, as Steven mentioned, we go live Showtime Championship Boxing at 8 o'clock local time here in Frisco, Texas. Now, when it comes to elite trainers in boxing, you have to look at this gentleman. He has done an amazing job with both Errol Spence Jr. and Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo having picked up a majority decision victory last week at Staples Center on Showtime Championship Boxing over Austin Trout. He has done a fabulous job with Errol as well. I mean, my goodness, what a wonderful partnership they have had from the very beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Derek James.
It was great to see everybody out here. I just found out I was going to be talking, so we talk about the fight and talk about training. Very happy to see everybody out here, and it's good that all the fans are getting involved. Everybody from Dallas getting involved. I see some people who I wouldn't thought I'd seen in Dallas. And it's good. We're happy for that. And I think you're going to see a great fight. I believe in Ocampo is a very tough opposition. Errol is trained very hard. Great sparring with Adrian Taylor. Great sparring with Burley Brooks. Great sparring with Jamel Charlo. So we'll see the best in Errol Spence this Saturday. And I'm sure we'll see the best in Carlos Ocampos. And I appreciate everybody for coming out. Thank you.
Really appreciate Derek James. He will be in the corner of Errol Spence Jr. on Saturday night. Don't forget, Saturday's card is being brought to you by TGB Promotions in association with Mandan Promotions and presented by Premier Boxing Champions. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, and Casa Noble Tequila. As Steven mentioned, we go live with Showtime Championship Boxing at 8 o'clock local time. And to begin the night, my goodness, what a big matchup in the junior welterweight division. As you have the former world champion Javier Fortuna, who is a fun fighter, having come off a very tough matchup against Robert Easter Jr. in January, taking on the always entertaining Adrian Granados, who last year fought the likes of Sean Porter and Adrian Broner. Our co-feature, a big matchup in the WBA Super Bantamweight division, as you have the champion Daniel Roman, who is making the second defense of his WBA Super Bantamweight crown. He picked up the championship, went to Japan last year, defended again in the Orient, and now making his second title defense against the 9-year pro who's undefeated, 25-0 from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, Moises Chucky Flores. Both fighters are of Mexican descent and expect a battle on Saturday. Also, let's get to our main event of the evening, as this young man is the challenger as he comes in to North Texas looking to take home the world title. 22-0, 13 knockouts from Ensenada, Baja California, Mexico. We will just acknowledge Mr. Carlos Ocampo, ladies and gentlemen. And his opponent on Saturday night, he is the pride and joy of North Texas. What a run he has had, a 2012 United States Olympian. When you talk about guys who could very well, who are the present and the future of boxing, you have to look at this man. He has a 23-0 record, 20 knockouts. He's wiped out a lot of top opponents in his path, and he continues to do an amazing job and making his defense of his IBF welterweight crown. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Errol, the Truth, Spence Jr. And now I will turn it over to the host of Showtime Championship Boxing, Mr. Brian Custer.
Thank you, Ray. And myself, Hyena happy to be back here in the Big D. Certainly lived here for 10 years, so I love being back here in North Texas. What a night we're going to have here on Saturday. First time Showtime Championship Boxing is put on an event in Dallas, so it's going to be a historic night. Let's get right to the first fight of the evening. And you're going to have former world champion Javier Fortuna, right here to my left, taking on an all-action, exciting fighter in Adrian Granados. And, you know, Adrian, let me start with you. You've had some hard luck decisions. You heard what Steven said about you. Most of those have been against some bigger opponents. Do you feel now you're finally in a fight against the right opponent to show off your skills?
Yeah, most definitely. You know, I want to give my appreciation to Steven Espinosa, TGB Promotions, and my management, Gentleman Management. Yeah, it's been a long, hard road. I know I don't have the perfect record. I know I have the marks on my record, the losses, the draws, but I can easily say that I know all of them have been controversial. You know, it's been a hard grind up. I've always had to hold down 1 or 2 jobs on the side. Thank God, you know, I pushed through, and now, you know, I know I'm recognized and respected as a fighter, but definitely, you know, I've definitely got against opposition that has naturally been bigger than me. But I know I ain't afraid of nobody. I ain't afraid to back down for nobody. I think now with this fight Saturday night against you know, a tremendous fighter in Javier Fortuna, it's going to be an action-packed fight. But I believe I'm really going to show that I belong in the upper echelon of boxing.
Fortuna is a lefty. You know, some describe his fighting style as awkward. Uses a lot of movement. How do you get him to fight the fight that you want to fight on Saturday night?
Oh well, yeah, I've checked out some fights of Javier, and he's a scrapper. He likes to bang too, so it's gonna be an exciting fight. Mis respetos, Javier, mucho gusto conocerlo. Va a ser buena pelea el sábado. Yo sé que viene con todo y yo también vengo con todo. Y pues que el mejor gane y que Dios nos cuide.
Javier, Granados, tough fighter. What do you believe is your biggest advantage in this fight? Get somebody to translate for us.
Javier, tu grande ventaja en esta pelea.
Bueno, buenas tardes. Ya como todo el mundo me conoce. Buenas tardes, como ya todo el mundo me conoce, sabe mi trayectoria de boxística en el River Ring.
Good afternoon, everyone. Everyone knows me here in the ring.
Ya en esta pelea, mucho gusto conocer a Granado de frente, personal. Lo he escuchado, he visto su combate.
Very, very, very glad to meet Granados here on the stage, and everyone knows it's going to be a great fight.
He visto los boxeadores que ha peleado, pero en esta cartelera, en esta pelea que va a ser con él, se notará una diferencia. Es solo un mandado que estoy mandando. Cada cual va a saber por aquí.
I've noticed the fighters he's fought, and I've recognized the fighter he's fought, but on this card, that night, I'm going to show a different fighter that you can see in the ring.
Pero la decisión y el combate, se va a notar la diferencia el sábado, si Dios quiere.
This battle and the decision, everyone will see the difference that night.
Que Papá Dios nos cuide, que salgamos no solamente él y yo, sino todos en buenas condiciones en la pelea y que ganen mejor.
May God bless us all and take care of us in the ring and our whole team, and may the best man win.
Fantastic. Then we move to the co-main event. World title fight, Daniel Roman and Moises Junkie Flores. Daniel, do you believe Moises Flores is the toughest test of your career at this point?
First of all, I want to thank the promoters, Showtime, and for making this possible. Moises Flores, yes, he's a tough opponent. I don't look nobody. I know he's gonna come in and fight, and we're ready for that. And we worked hard, like always. And the only thing that changed is the strategy. We'll be ready for Moises Flores.
Moises, you're an all-action fighter. Throw a lot of punches. Do you believe the champion will be able to withstand the volume of punches that you throw?
Chucky, tú eres un boxeador con buena presión, tira muchos golpes, y tú crees que Román va a poder controlar esa presión y todo los volúmenes de golpes que tira esta noche.
Primero que nada, muchas gracias a mi promotor, a la televisora y a toda la gente que está aquí con nosotros.
First of all, thank you to TGB Promotions, thank you to Showtime, and everyone here present today.
Tengo una deuda con la televisora y tengo una deuda con mi público, y el sábado se las voy a regresar antes de hablar de cualquier cosa.
He goes, I'm in debt to the TV, and I'm in debt to the public for what happened last fight. He goes, and I don't have much to say.
Aunque no haya sido mi culpa, yo se las voy a regresar.
He goes, that wasn't my fault what happened last time. He goes, I apologize to the television, to the promotion, but Saturday night, I'm going to demonstrate that that did sit well with me.
For those who are wondering, in his last fight against Guillermo Rigondeaux, he was hit. Some say at the bell, but the referee determined it was after the bell and knocked him out. After they reviewed it, obviously it was changed. It was initially called a Rigondeaux victory, but after that reviewed, it was changed. So this is his first fight since that one. So again, could you ask him, does he think Roman will withstand his punches?
La pregunta, ¿tú crees que Roman va a poder controlar tu presión y tu volumen de golpe?
Daniel Roman es un gran peleador. Por algo estamos aquí los dos. estamos en una sede ya de alto nivel y él ha demostrado que puede ir a otro país como yo lo demostré y ganar otro cinturón. Entonces el sábado va a ser una buena pelea. Ojalá y no aguante esa presión.
He said, well, of course, Roman is a good fighter. That's why we're here. And, you know, he wants to thank being here, being in the stadium and everything. And hopefully Saturday night, he can't take the pressure. He can't take the volume of punches I'm going to throw.
Daniel, you just heard Chucky throws a lot of punches, and generally for him, his offense is his defense. He gets hit a lot. Will that be his downfall Saturday night?
You never know what can happen in a fight. Like I said, we keep ready for that pressure, and we'll do a smart fight. And if we can take him out early, we'll take advantage of that. Take him out.
Give me a prediction for Saturday night.
It all depends on how it goes along. Because I know Moises Flores is not an easy opponent. Nobody is at this level, so I'm ready for anything that he brings at me.
And then we move to the main event. Main event of the evening. Truth. Errol Spence Jr. putting his IBF welterweight title on the line against the unbeaten Carlos Ocampo. You heard the guys talk here. Last time we had a Dallas native fighting here in the Dallas area 50 years ago when the Hall of Famer Curtis Coates last did it at the old Dallas Auditorium. It's been a long time coming. Champ, let's start with you. Give you an opportunity to give an opening statement to the people.
It's sad it took that long, but you know, I'm happy to be here. I'm glad everybody took the time to come out. I'd like to thank Showtime, Al Heyman, TGB Promotions, my company, Man Down Promotions. You know, Saturday night is gonna be great, man. I trained hard. Been training for 10 weeks. Never really take a day off in the gym, and I'm 100% focused. I'm 100% focused on Ocampo, and I'm in here to do my job, and that's to win and look good winning.
Carlos is unbeaten out of Mexico. First time in the States, first time fighting in the States. Carlos, take a moment and give him an opening statement.
Una introducción de usted en esta posición de esta pelea. Saluda a tus fanáticos y habla con tu público.
Buenas tardes a todos. Quiero agradecer a mi empresa Sanfer por conseguirme esta pelea y a Errol por darme esta oportunidad de pelear contra él. Estoy muy agradecido por estar aquí. La gente me ha tratado muy bien. Todos se han portado muy amable conmigo aquí desde que llegué a Texas. Estoy muy agradecido con ellos.
I want to thank Sanford Promotions for putting me in the position. And I'm very much appreciated for being here in this position, for being at this fight, to be able to fight in this level.
Champ, let me start with you. How dangerous of a fight is this for you when there isn't much tape out there at all when your opponent? So sometimes he's likely to do things that you didn't anticipate.
It's very dangerous because Carlos Ocampo is coming in here and he really doesn't have anything to lose. He's, you know, relatively unknown, and you know, this is his first title fight. And I was in that same position with Kell Brooks, so I had a lot of fire. I still have a lot of fire under me, but I had a lot of fire and a lot of drive, and I felt like I didn't have nothing to lose, and I wanted to win the world title, so I was training and focused very hard. And I'm sure he's been training hard. He's 100% focused, and you know, I'm sure that, you know, he's fighting for his family. So I know he's coming. I know he's coming to fight. He's going to be great. I want a guy that's going to come to fight. I want to put on a great show. I want to put on a great performance. And I want somebody who's going to test me. You know, I want it to be crowd friendly. I want the crowds to get their money worth and their time worth. So hopefully he comes to fight and hopefully he bring it on.
Carlos, you know, this fight has been really hyped as Errol's homecoming. I'm sure, as you just heard, he says he wants to put on a show for everyone who's going to attend. Sometimes that leads to a guy pressing, taking chances, trying to please that crowd. Do you think that'll work to your advantage come Saturday night?
Carlos, estamos aquí en esta posición, en la casa de tu rival. ¿Tú crees que estando en esta posición es una ventaja para ti estar aquí con nada de perder y es la presión de él con su público?
¿Tú crees que esto es una ventaja para usted?
No, aquí no hay ventaja, los dos nos preparamos para venir a hacer la pelea, hacer una gran pelea. Yo no tengo presión de nada, tengo todo que ganar y nada que perder. Estoy tranquilo, estoy relajado para salir a pelear el día del sábado.
No disadvantages, no advantages. We're here on the same stage. I'm appreciative to be here, and I'm calm. I have nothing to lose. He has everything to battle for, to keep in his hometown, and I'm relaxed and ready to fight.
Sounds like, champ, he's saying all the pressure's on you come Saturday night. So let me ask you a question. I know everyone wants to know. Your moniker is man down. You've knocked out 10 straight. Will Carlos Ocampo be the 11th straight victim?
Definitely, and I want to go back to the pressure thing. You know, I've been having pressure, you know, my whole boxing career. Even, you know, being an Olympian and, you know, being up there in the upper echelon of, you know, the top prospects and still having to go overseas, you know, to get your belt from, you know, arguably one of the best welterweights in the world was tough. And even in the Olympics, when, you know, when you fight in the world championships, people don't know, like the Olympic trials, it's a, you know, if you lose twice, then you're out. Then you have to go back and then somebody take your position. I was the top guy. I was supposed to be the one to win the whole, you know, Olympic trials and then going to the world championships. If you lose the world championships, then you have to go back to America and fight in another Olympic trials against other Americans. So I've been having pressure on me and I always overcame them. So I'm going to overcome another test Saturday night.
Carlos, champ has already said he's going to take you out Saturday night.
Your Instagram.
Just ask questions, you know. You can answer me any way you want. So he said he's going to take you out. You've never tasted defeat at all in your career. What do you know that the rest of the world is going to know and find out come Saturday night?
Bueno, Carlos, tu rival, Spence, ya dijo que por seguro va a ganar por nocaut y tú no tienes nada que perder. ¿Qué tienes de secreto tú? ¿Qué va a ser tú de secreto que va a salir esa noche? Que va a meter la sorpresa esa noche.
Pues voy por un sueño, el sueño de toda mi vida es ser campeón del mundo y no lo voy a dejar escapar, esta es mi gran oportunidad. Y si dice que va a noquear, que lo intente, a ver si puede noquearme.
You can come, you can try to knock me out. He goes, this is my dream. This is what I've trained for. This is what my team has done for me in this position, and I won't let it pass me by. Come and try. That's exactly what he said.
See, that's why I asked some questions. It's good. Listen, here, champ. Considering there is no unified champ right now at welterweight, how much is this fight for you Saturday night is about showing the division that you are the best fighter in arguably really the best division in boxing?
It's real big. Every fight is a statement fight. It don't matter who I'm fighting. You know, it's a statement fight. All eyes on me in the welterweight division. All eyes on me in the public. They want to see me perform. They want to look and see do I have any kinks in my armor, so they can try to expose that when we fight. So it's important to me to look good. It's important to me to put on a great performance and show why I'm the best welterweight in the division.
And there's some great names. I mean, we're talking Thurman, Garcia, Porter.
Line them up. I've been saying that since I was 15 and 0. You know, line them up from all the guys that you named from the top 10. I mean, I want to fight name-known opponents. I want to fight ex-world champions. I want to prove I'm the best welterweight in the division, no matter who it is.
We'll wrap it up here with one question with each of you. Carlos, you got a decided height and reach advantage going into this fight. How much will you use that Saturday night?
Carlos, tú entras el ring el sábado con la ventaja de tu altura y tu alcance. ¿Cómo va a usar esa ventaja en el ring el sábado?
El sábado lo verán cómo voy a trabajar. Yo vine preparado para hacer una gran pelea y dejarlo todo arriba del ring.
Coming tomorrow, Saturday night, you just got to watch me demonstrate what I've done, how I'm going to work my distance and use my height.
and I'm gonna demonstrate everything in the ring. I'm gonna leave everything in the ring.
Champ, let me wrap it up with you with this question here. You know, I lived here a while. Obviously, you're a DeSoto native. You know this city loves football, loves their Cowboys. Do you think Errol Spence Jr. can become this city's biggest star and turn Dallas into a boxing town?
Can definitely be that star. We can definitely have, annual fights here and, bring the city out like we're doing Saturday night. So it can definitely happen. It's going to happen. And, I'm going to prove that, Dallas is the boxing city. And, Texas is the boxing state, period. So, people are going to come out from all over and support me. And, I do this for Texas, not only Dallas.
Fantastic. What we're going to do now is we're going to open the floor to some questions, members of the media. Make sure you identify yourself. We have a gentleman there in the back.
How you guys doing?
Gotcha.
How you guys doing? This is Jaime with All Access Elite Boxing. This question is for Carlos Ocampo. In your own words, what is the best as far as strategy that you can bring to fight a man like Errol Spence Jr.?
On the stage, ready? Yeah, issues down. Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
Can you repeat the question, please?
Let me rephrase the question. What is your strongest skill set as far as a fighter?
¿Cuál es tu ventaja en tu boxeo? En lo que tú tienes en el boxeo, lo que tú traes al ring, tu ventaja en el ring. Salud.
Got to give him the mic back.
Pues sé trabajar muy bien mi altura, sé trabajar mi distancia y sé trabajar el contragolpe. I'm going to be working more of I'm going to use my height, I'm going to use my distance, I'm going to use my jab, and I'm going to be looking to counter punch a lot during that fight.
My last question is for Errol Spence. What difference has this camp been than the other previous camps?
It really hasn't been any difference. We work hard every camp, focus, and we're 100% dedicated. So it hasn't been any difference at all. Still using the same sparring partners. Me and Jamel. The only difference is me and Jamel, he fought last week and I was fighting this week. So we basically was in training camp together, as in usually he's in training camp and then I come in and then we'll spar at the end of his training camp. So we've been through the whole training camp together. That's the only difference.
Errol, Ben Bailey with the Dallas Morning is on your right here. So
Over here.
That's all, man. Hey, now that Bud made his debut in the division last weekend, with him coming in the division, how much tougher does that make an already crowded field? And what are your thoughts on what happened last week?
It don't make it any tougher. It's already tough. So really just another fighter in the division that moved up. And it was a good performance. So I expected that. I even said that he was gonna stop Jeff Horn. I don't see really anything special about Jeff Horn. So.
Sean Reed with Pugilism Company. EJ, if you would, since you're now part of the fabric of boxing in Dallas, could you reflect on your journey a bit, maybe your interactions with the former champions Curtis Coates and Quincy Taylor that came before you?
I don't really know Quincy Taylor, but I know Curtis Coates. Used to go to his gym and spar a lot and train a lot at home with champions and village jokes. Curtis Coates is a real cool guy. He tell a lot of old stories and he made a lot of history. Being a boxer and was he undisputed?
He was undisputed.
Yeah, he was undisputed and even did a few movies and things like that. Was an actor, so to be the first world champion for Dallas and still having a boxing gym and still training kids and watching over kids, that's a great thing.
So there you have it, folks. It's going to wrap up the Q&A here. Don't forget, Showtime Championship Boxing starts at 8 o'clock.
All right, that's it, guys.
It's 9 o'clock Eastern. Right now, we're going to face off the fighters, and let's start with the first fight of the evening. So, Mr. Fortuna, Mr. Granados, let's step to the front. have these guys face off.
I don't have to. This is just. So whatever we have. Got the trap season shirt. He's good.
Yeah, it's right there. The real thing. Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Oh, look up in the back for us.
All right, guys, I got to wrap up because I'm like, well, I'll wait till Errol Spence face off.
Oye, si pueden mirar atrás, por favor, para tomarles una foto. Muchas gracias. Muchas gracias.
You guys stay up there, though. Show to the side.
Co-main, world title fight, Daniel Roman, Voices Flores.
Give him a look up in the back for us.
Si le podemos tomar una foto atrás una vez más, por favor. Gracias.
Now the main event, world champion Errol Spence Jr. is the unbeaten Carlos Ocampo.
Look down at Amanda right here.
All right, I'm going to go, guys, because I got to get these interviews in. All right, peace.